I actually scheduled this one to start 9:15, but I might be wrong.
All right then. Well, with that being said, we can do a quick roster rundown before the teams do ready up. I will take Team Smile Support Society and I'll let you have Team 101. So, on the survivors for Team Smile Support Society, we have Tofu, Glitch, Cloudy, Pouty, and Sickening.
And over on Team 101, we have D, Stormbringer, Sloppy Wolf, and Christian. Or Kristen? One or the other. I think it's Kristen, actually, because there's no H. But anyway, first attack coming here from Team 101. Hunter getting skied right there. Boomer does manage to land onto Kosher before being killed off. Charger B-hopping his way, not going to find anything, though.
Going in, the SI were able to get actually not a whole lot of damage off of that first hit. I'm not sure if your mic cut out or what happened, but...
Well, maybe it cut out.
I think it did. I think it did. So maybe they heard it, but I didn't hear it. But yeah, so they were able to go in and get about 3 damage on that first. Also, I think it's still Christian.
You think it's Christian?
Yeah.
Christian, I was thinking Kristen. No. Yeah, it might be a different way of saying Christian, I guess.
I think it is. I think it is. But yeah, not a whole lot of damage going out on that first hit. There is a little bit of a ping disparity here. Not that much, though. Orange pings versus green pings. All NA players, from what I remember, just a few that are further south. Anyway, the next hit from Team 101 should be coming in. Should be a Boomer, Hunter, Smoker, and a Spitter. So 2-2. Looks as though they wanted to hit the survivors when they went to try to get items off the campsite, but instead are waiting now for the bridge. And this is an okay bridge hit, depending on what lands. But since that Boomer's been shut down and there are only 3 spawns left, the survivors might be able to push it without a whole lot of incident. We do have that Hunter going in right now, getting nicely sheeted. That Smoker also got immediately cleared, and that Spitter is going to get 6 ticks of damage from that spit in the corner.
Indeed, for some reason my game looks darker than normal. I don't know if you guys can see it on the stream, but it looks really dark for me for some reason. I can't figure out why. I didn't change anything. Maybe it's just because I alt-tabbed out of the game and back in. I don't know. It'll probably fix itself on next map, though. But, yeah. So, regardless, we'll see Team Smiley Face Society continuing to push away up here through the hotel that is in front of them. And, yeah, this is definitely darker than normal. There's no doubt about it. Regardless, though, we'll see another attack coming in. Boomer coming in from below, looking for land. Boom. Will land 2. Jockey latching on her shell, back by the staircase. Nick is free to get that clear, though. So he's going to make his way down quickly, following her in hot pursuit, and we'll get that clear. And that will be the attack up and over with. But that for Glitch and Sickening take quite a bit of damage between the two SI that managed to land.
Yeah, it's an okay amount of damage going into this tank, which we should see spawning up in a couple of seconds. I think it should be up here right about now. And I think the survivors will be able to get back to the bridge without a whole lot of incident. I know in an earlier match we saw someone get charged off a billboard, but for Team 101, the tank is up in the hands of Sloppy Wolf. He's one that I haven't heard of. He might have a different alias or something like that, but again, at this stage in the tournament, really, players have a lot of time to define themselves. And that's actually what we saw before. Survivor getting separated right there because the Charger was not able to charge him down. He does get 2 slams onto Cloudy Pouty after that Smoker Pole landed, plus a Jockey, plus a Rock, and now he goes dropping down to the bottom and gets in cap.
That was an incredibly well-aimed rock. And that car almost connected on Nick. Who is this tank? Sloppy Wolf? This guy's... He's got some aim on him. That rock was really nice, actually, for an underhand from that angle. It landed right on Coach's head and got the in cap. But regardless, Sloppy Wolf throwing another rock, gonna go off to the left side of the billboard, not connecting on anybody. But that was a pretty good car hit, pretty good rock, and that's a good start to this tank for them for sure. And this next round of spawns are gonna be coming up. It's going to be a Charger, Boomer, and a Hunter. So we'll see what they can make happen here. Hopefully they can get the Boomer land and draw in a little bit of horde here onto Smiley Face Society. But we'll have to see what real distraction they can give that Boomer to open up the opportunity for it.
Problem now, though, is that the tank is on second pass, and he's actually going to have to commit. That Boomer did just sack itself, so he might have to keep sight, maybe take a little bit of chip in order to let his spawns get up back into a full rotation. I think he's probably going to start going over and pushing his car, which then I think the meta now is for the survivors just to push forward to the roof. Tank is going to go down there, and he is going to hit his car straight up, and that's actually going to be in a bad spot for him now. He's going to be forced to commit with what he has, so it's going to be the Charger and the Hunter. The other spawn should come up in time, but he is getting juked out right now by Sickening just a little bit. Trying to throw a rock right here. Hunter does have a separation land right there. Charger going in, not able to land. Jockey trying as well. That Hunter's going to do a pretty good amount of damage. Tank, however, is getting juked out. However, thanks to that original rock, along with the SI support, that is going to be 2 incaps coming off that tank, so definitely not bad from Team 101 as a whole.
Yeah, you definitely can put a frown face on, or sad face on, whichever way you want to go about saying that. But yeah, so they got 2 incaps out of that tank in total. Pretty decent tank. Obviously, it's not going to be the wipe that they wanted to get, but that wipe there is pretty hard to get, actually. If you don't get a good boomer to land and draw on some horde, that side can really just have a hard time getting anything going for the tank. They can pretty much just backpedal throughout the entire bridge, and, you know, or one survivor gets caught out like we saw there with the, I believe that was Glitch getting caught up by the Hunter. Yeah, it was Rochelle. So we'll see them move their way up further into the hotel. Another attack coming in. Smoker from below, Jockey from the front, along with the Charger from the room. Charger does connect on the coach. He is not health bonus, but he is still damage bonus. So that spit does matter going out onto him. And that's going to be a kill on the Smoker. Ooh. Glitch does trigger the car alarm, so it's going to bring in some horde. But that will be the end of that hit. And they might take kill off of this if they move fast enough, or they might wait out the horde.
I think what they're going to do is push out to the left by the cop car and just kill the horde, sit there and bleed out for a little bit, because I would not want to drop with a full hit up in that alarm car horde. That being said, looks like they are going to try to push forward. Actually, no, I think they're going to probably try to bait a hit out first and kill some horde and then try to push it.
Yeah, I could definitely see him just waiting. I mean, it's a much safer play. You do have 2 people bleeding, but at the same time, you have 2 sets of pills left on yourselves to work with. So, you know, waiting it out isn't really a bad thing to do by any means.
Let's see, though, because the SI, I think, aren't having much of that. A couple are getting on top of the roof here, like the Jockey and the Boomer. I think they're debating whether or not to try and hit when the survivors are about to push down the hill, or if they should wait for the bottom. I mean, at this point, though, both Glitch and Cloudy Powdy are still bleeding out. They actually might be almost slow by the time they get to that drop. And then once that happens, they're going to have to commit those other 2 sets of pills. If they can get any damage on Tofu or Sickening, that would be optimal right here. Obviously, not just because of the health bonus, but to potentially make somebody else slow, and then also mitigate that pill bonus that the survivors still have. All 4 of them are dropping right now. 2 at the left-hand side into the water. Smoker going for an initiation pull right there. Is going to get cleared pretty quickly, and there's the Jockey landing onto Coach. I think Smoker has a recharge by now, trying to get a pull out onto Rochelle, who is also going to go slow. Boomer doesn't really have much of anything, and unfortunately for the SI, I think they all did come from a spot right there where the survivors could easily see them and shut them down in turn.
Yeah, and it's weird. My game keeps getting, like, lighter and darker. I'm really confused. But anyway, they are coming up with the Witch here. She's at 80% of the way through the map. Glitch goes in for the crown. Does land it. Very easy crown there, especially with no SIF being up to intervene with that crown as it was going out. But, yeah, we will see Smiley Face Society taking the last hill here before they make their way up to the top where the alarm cars along with the safe room. And the hit is actually up entirely. Spitter, Charger, Hunter, and Boomer, a 2-2. If that Charger can land and bring one survivor back down the hill, that's an instantaneous incap as long as they charge him from high enough up. Hunter does get ground and pounded, though. Glitch that's back down the hill. That will not be far enough, though, for an incap. So she will get straight back up and make her way back up the top of the hill. All the SI have gone in, and that will be an attack over and dealt with once again by Smiley Face Society. And I mean, their health bonus as it's sitting right now is at a 338. That's not too bad at all. And Team 101 is going to have a little bit of a task to untangle and work with here in this first half of their next round. But anyway, Jockey going along with Smoker, last ditch effort here to get some damage in, and nothing going to come from it. Everything's shut down. So that will be them making that safe room with a 336 health bonus. And yeah, Team 101 going to have to answer here, because this is the best one.
Something that I really like so far, just in the survivors in general, I was looking at the MVP percentages, and I usually don't put a whole lot of emphasis onto that, because, you know, there are ways that melees can buff the percentages and stuff like that, and it's kind of a pug mentality, but every single person on that team had an even spread on the SI damage that was in the 20s. That's usually something that you do want to look for in team play, and as we saw from that chapter, besides a couple misplays with Cloudy Powdy getting caught out of position by that Smoker and that Charger on the billboard, and then Glitch being pushed to the left and getting hunted, they were pretty much able to balance that out and play very, very team-oriented Left 4 Dead 2 for that first Survivor round. So let's see if they can actually, you know, replicate that chemistry on the SI side of things, and if Team 101 can also do the same on their Survivor side.
I'm just reading chat. Yeah, it is actually pretty dark. I'm not really too sure why. Nothing changed. The only thing that changed is the server. We're on one of Dusty's servers. Or Dustin's, I should say. I'll go ahead and restart my game when we do go to the next round here, so that I can see if maybe it was something with me all tabbing in and out.
It might have been, but has it happened before?
No, I've never had my game just be darker. Like, it's not like I have a, you know, reversed comment or anything. It's just literally my game is darker. It's very strange. I basically have to spectate someone who has their flashlight turned on, or I have to look, I have to look at the moonlight pretty much. Like, that's the only way that people can really see what's going on. My V-stream even mentioned he's like, amazing to see just a crosshair moving around on a black screen. It's really dark. It's kind of creepy.
Alright then, well, now that Kissme has increased the ambiance for Left 4 Dead 2 right here and brought it into the 21st century a little bit more, we are going to see the survivors pushing their way forward to this first hit. Hunter going in, managing to get a pounce on the Sloppy Wolf right there. Boomer also did get a single boom. Charger gets a pull in the back. Charger's kind of working his way in there, does get shut down, but that does distract the survivors enough for that smoker to get about 12 damage on that opening hit.
Indeed. So we'll see them moving their way up through the car park here. They're probably going to encounter another attack easily up by the campsite up ahead. And I wouldn't be surprised if Smiley Face Society decides to actually throw it in there, because they have so much time here, and you can see they have 2 seconds left on another spawn, and then 6 and 5 now on the other two. So they're gonna have an easy attack up here at the top of this ramp if they want to go here. And depending on how well this one lands, if they decide to throw it in, we could even see another attack come in at the overpass. So we'll have to see what they decide to do. Boomer going in, though, does land a boom onto one person. And Hunter going in gets skeeted out of there by Coach. Charger going in, going to whiff completely, and that spit's going to be forced to just throw down delay spit, kind of separate the survivors and hinder their movement here.
Exactly, and I do have a shout out from Supra to Sloppy Wolf. Make Mexico proud, Sloppy Wolf. There we go. So that's Supra's ringing endorsement for Mr. Sloppy Wolf.
Grandma is saying increased brightness on monitor. Problem
yeah, I saw that. I saw that. That would solve the issue at least for you. But survivors have actually already pushed their way through the bridge choke right here. Hunter, Boomer, Smoker, and a Jockey. I really like the way so far this tournament the teams have pushed through like that and been aggressive with their survivor play. Jockey going in, trying to distract. Hunter coming in from the back. Nice 2-cap landing. Actually, that's going to be a 3-cap landing. We've seen so many of these in the recent games. I absolutely love it. And that Smoker is now just going to get cleared. Beautiful SI synchronization right there.
Anybody watching the stream just saw that. I was spectating one person, it was really bright, in fact it's happening again, and then it just gets dark. What is that?
Oh, I've actually had that happen before, no joke.
Like, it's literally, it looks perfectly fine, and then over the course of like 5-8 seconds or something, it just gets dark.
I've had that happen, yeah, I had that happen before to me actually on a Windows 10 laptop that I was using, and I think the something graphics processor, from what I remember.
Something graphic processor? What?
Yeah, either getting overheated or having an issue like that. I remember what made it stop them was it's not using it for a little bit. It had the same problem in Left 4 Dead 2 where it did that kind of stuff. Spitter going in right there with a charge also going back into that spit. That's going to be a lot of damage onto D. Tank is also spawned in the hands of Sickening for Smile Support Society. That is going to be a rock going out onto Coach. And the tank is right there next to the alarm car. Hitting the alarm car up, as a matter of fact. Not able to actually hit it onto a survivor quite yet. Still might be able to do some work right there. But, oh yeah, that car was really close. And then, I think the tank is going to probably look to reposition after that, even though there is still some forward trickling in from that Boomer.
Very nice curve rock by him, by the way, I'm going to say. He actually threw it kind of over his head. Well, not exactly over his head, but he curved it basically from underneath the overhang to above it. It was actually pretty nice. But yeah, so tank's going to be in the hands of Sickening yet again for Team Smiley Face Society. 5,700 HP left on his tank. Both cars in a terrible position. I don't think you could get worse than that. Oh, that's unfortunate. But attack coming in, Smoker Paul going on to Coach, bringing him towards the front of the sign. Rock going in, looking for connection on server, not going to find it. And this tank taking another 1,000 chip just from that attack. And I don't think that was worth it.
I don't believe so. The tank is on second pass now. That's going to be pretty tough to commit in from the position that the tank is in. And I'm thinking that since the tank really can't get to those two cars, this is going to really depend on what the SI get. Like, they need some kind of separation caps. They need to try to put the survivors in a position similar to one that Glitch found herself in when she got pounced in the corner. But Charger Jockey Boomer is not what you want for this. Tank is going to roll in, though. About 4,500 HP left, a little bit lower than that now. Going to have to force the survivors to one side, and then that support's really going to have to do some work. Boomer looking for the spawn right there, but these Uzis are doing work already, getting one punch onto Nick. Already down to 1,200 HP. The Boomer hasn't even gone in. Now the Charger's going to go in, and that's actually going to be a nice punch onto Ellis for a full in cap. And now Tri-Boom goes out. The tank has 199 HP, is going to die before any more havoc can occur. But that punch onto Ellis got a full down. That was looking horrible. Now the double charge goes out, but then does get cleared right before it completes. Kissme, that was looking awful. The tank was down to 1,200 HP. Then it got that punch, and the support did land. Yeah, that was an incredible punch on him. I actually thought for a second there was going to be a death punch. But they were able to, they weren't even able to do anything. They were just lucky that he actually didn't end up landing in the middle of the highway.
because that would have definitely been a death punch. I think he hit the top of the awning, or the roof, I should say, of the hotel, and he kind of fell down. I'm not too sure exactly what happened. I had a weird angle on it.
I think he like banked off the he banked off the roof like that and then fell down. Nice boom going out from below for a single. I think that was either proxy or something. But that jockey does get skeeted, and now that spit is going to go out on top of Ellis as well after the quick pull. But these survivors are in a pretty bad position now due to the fact that 4 of them are bleeding out, and 1 of them is going to go down in another scratch from a commoner and SI.
Indeed. So we might actually see Team 101 not be able to make this map here. A few more attacks will tell the entire story. Stormbringer down to, what is that, 1 HP, or no, 2 HP on his first incap, so he's going to be black and white after this next incap, which he's going to for sure take here on this next hit. There we go, Jockey running his way in, gets a scratch. Boomer going out onto 3 survivors, and that's going to be a tri-boom. 1 survivor obviously being incapped already at the beginning of the attack. Hunter working his way and gets skied there, though, by Coach. Beautiful shot by him, bringing the Hunter out of the air. And they're going to have to fight off the rest of this horde as they pick up Ellis.
As they do that, I think they're to the point where their damage bonus has been almost obliterated. And now, I mean, the distance is going to be really important. Yes, for those asking in chat, it is the best of 1 here. North America versus North America. I'm waiting to see exactly what the SI are going to do with the next couple of hits, because they could go right now. That's actually what they are going to do. Charger Jockey both going in. Charger taking the solo charge right there. Smoker landing as well. Does get cleared, but the Jockey relatches onto Rochelle. That is going to be 2 incaps going out from another hit, and man, these hits are really, really on point for the Smile Support Society so far.
For sure. So that's going to be 2 incaps yet again. D and Stormbringer, the last 2 survivors up for their team right now, going to start picking up their comrades. And Stormbringer is black and white, that should be noted, but that was from the previous hit back up when they had to go through the dividing wall between the 2 rooms, I believe it was. So he's going to be black and white for the rest of the map. I believe there's 1 set of pills up ahead somewhere. Boomer rocketing and not going to find anything, though. Gets popped midair. Smoker looked for pull, but immediately shot down by Stormbringer. Not killed off just yet, but this Charger going in. Lands 1 punch and a charge over on Ellis, and actually gets killed off, I think, by the FF of his teammate.
Dying mid-charge as the Charger got cleared.
Yeah, that's the only thing I think of was friendly fire that killed him off. But Sloppy Wolf taking an incap there as well. D down to 1 HP here. So that will be her, or him, her going black and white after. Oh no, that was actually she hasn't even gone down yet. So never mind. This first incap will be its first, or his first incap. I'm just gonna call him. Anyway, Christian going for the draw crown, lands the draw crown. I'm trying to identify people as to what they are here. I'm just going to go with it. Anyway, Charger laying a double charge, bringing 2 survivors over into the bush, and that's probably going to wipe. Indeed, it will be. Smoker grabbing Nick as his teammate is getting pounded over there in the bush, and that will be the round. So the scores for the first round will be 736 to 308, and I'm going to restart my game.
Alright, so as you do that, we will wait to see where the tank and witch spawns are for the second map right here. And yeah, I mean, a 400-some point differential going into map 2 is not unheard of. It's still quite early in the game, but the momentum, I say, would definitely be on the side of Smile Support Society due to the fact, like I said, they played a very, very balanced Survivor round and then also had a great show of coordination on the Special Infected. The tank could have been maybe a little bit better had the tank had maybe, like, I don't know, 1,000 more HP. They probably would have wiped with it, or if the support had gone in just a little bit earlier. But again, they definitely did the best they could with the situation that they had. Tank's going to be at 38% here, which at 21%, and we will see the Smile Support Society on Survivor first.
Could you ask them to hold up 1 minute? I'm coming in.
Yes.
Thank you.
We good?
I think so.
Best light show in the business, though.
Still doing the light to darkness thing.
It might not be. We're about to find out. I checked my GPU temperatures. They were fine. Yeah, it's fine now. I don't know what that was. It must have been for me all tapping out. That's the only thing I could think of. Now, let me go and bring you guys back into the game here. Once again, sorry about that, guys. We just had to restart the game because for some reason the game felt like being really dark for this specific game. But yeah, we'll be going live with the second round here in a moment. Just waiting on Stormbringer of Team 101 to ready up. And just so you guys know, I'm pretty sure those underlines before the 101 are actually number signs. Yeah, they are. They just look like that on the spec HUD. But regardless, we're going live now. T-Smiley Face over on the Survivors. First hit's going to be that Charger, Smoker, Jockey, Spitter. Nice work with the Smoker and Charger ganging up onto Ellis. Going to be a lot of damage from that spit going down on top of him. Dropping, sickening down into the yellow after the first hit. Wow, indeed. What a hit.
That was pretty much the equivalent of a pro mod. So I know I've said that a couple of times right here just to emphasize how the ace mod spit is that much weaker, but That's going to force him into the slow range, and is now going to put Smile Sport Society already with one bleeding. Before this tank is not that far into the map, 38%. They're probably going to bring back here to fight it, I would say. And now the SI have the ability to play Rock, since there is already one bleeder. If they can get any more damage, that'd be optimal. It's going to be a Boomer, Smoker, Jockey, and a Charger for the next hit. I think they might decide to hit on the Witch Draw, maybe? Hopefully, potentially. Yeah, looks like that's what they're doing. Jockey's going to be running around in front, which is going to get drawn right now. We're going to have that pull going out. Brewer does get a nice solo boom as well, which is going to go in, manages to get crowned by Ellis before anything goes out, but a Charger does get a charge and a single slam out onto Nick. So some nice damage so far from these first two hits by Team 101.
Indeed. So Tofu yet again taking a lot of damage from that hit, along with the Cloudy Pouty. Supposedly that is Lawnmower.
Okay.
I don't know if it is, though.
It probably is, actually, because it looks like he has a Lawnmower in his aliases.
Maybe it is. But regardless, tank coming up here now for Team 101. Boomer spawning up behind the survivors, trying to land a boom as they were making their way back into the warehouse. Tank up in the hands of D for Team 101. And he's going to most likely play with his dumpster here for a second, or he might make a beeline to the roof. Yeah, he's going to do that instead.
Let's see, I mean, I think he's not going to be in position to get that cutoff. Well, you know, it's actually really close. But I think now he's probably just going to try to hit his hittable into position and then see if he can play some kind of rock tank here, since one survivor is already bleeding out. That being said, there should be another hit coming in. It's going to be a Charger, a Boomer, and a Hunter for the SI hit. Tank actually looks like he's moving that forklift and might be looking to commit depending on what this Boomer can get. Boomer going in, managing to get a single boom, but nothing else. That forklift is also going to go in. Charger is going to miss. And it looks as though the tank is trying to get some kind of forklift hit right here. Hunter's going to go in as well, trying to land on a Tofu. No dice, however, does get team skied. Now the tank is going to decommit and get out.
Indeed, for you guys looking for the brackets, you can actually type in exclamation point BOT or bot, and it'll link the subforums for the tournament. And from there, you can click on round 1, Dark Carnival, and that will show you pretty much everything you could want for the round 1 pairings and whatnot. But yeah, back to the game. We have D moving in with the tank now, going for the forklift. Going to go ahead and whack it over towards the bathrooms. The survivors are playing close to this kiosk, though, so that forklift is going to be pretty nullified fairly hard here. You're going to go ahead and get a corner here onto Ellis up against the telephone bubble. Ends up whacking away with that second punch. Sickening has no pills left on him, so he's going to be slow here. Does manage to shut down the Charger go, but the Jockey does manage to find the latch onto him. And they're looking for the clear, but they're not going to be able to find us. So that's going to be an in-cap out onto Sickening here in a second. Indeed, there it is. Forklift going out, going to whiff onto Nick. But Sickening is down there in the back. D has 286 HP left, and this is more than likely a dead tank.
And what happened there is Sickening got the level on the Charger, then got Jockey, but then the Jockey actually drug Sickening out of the way of the Boomer. So if the Boomer had actually been able to hit Sickening at all, there might have been enough common there to maybe even have a shot at killing him, but unfortunately for the SI, the support really didn't do a whole lot besides getting that separation jock. The tank did land a couple of punches, obviously. Not the worst I've seen that tank go in that area, but at the same point in time, I think 101 were looking for a little bit more had they been able to capitalize with their support.
Yeah, I mean, it was an okay tank. I mean, once again, as you mentioned, there wasn't really much support from them to really work with besides that Jockey that secured the end cap. We do have an attack coming in, though. Charger whiffing on Sickening because the Hunter actually already secured that capture, I should say. So they're going to actually end up passing all their pills over to Sickening. He's taken every pill this round thus far and has the last set on him his being already. So he's just getting ready for the inevitable, and I'm sure the damage bonus is going to reflect that. Yeah, the damage bonus is down to 52% already, 25% for pills, and HP at 57. So, I mean, regardless of who they hit right now, it's pretty much going to do the same equivalent damage-wise. And yeah, so we'll see survivors getting ready to take this next attack to the face. It's going to be a Hunter, Jockey, Spitter, and a Smoker. So a 3-1 of some sorts. Hunter getting instantaneously cleared, though, upon latching onto that survivor. Jockey finding Sickening over in the corner, but that's going to be very quickly cleared by Nick as well. And that'll be another attack up and over with, but now they're coming to the dreaded ladder.
Exactly. I mean, Sickening is now almost slow again, and we'll probably be committing those pills. Depending on what they get up ahead, they can just keep feeding Sickening the pills as if it were pro mod. However, as you mentioned, the damage bonus already being down to just a minuscule amount practically after all the hits going out, that is doing a number on their overall bonus. Now, the dreaded ladder choke here is obviously nerfed because they can shoot off the top of the ladder. However, with the Smoker, Spitter, Hunter, Charger, there still might be a good amount of work that can be done. Hunter spawning in the corner, going to actually land on a Tofu right there, and the SI are actually below there, going in for a charge, climbing up the ladder. They were trying to catch the survivors by surprise if they were going to bait down there. Unfortunately for the SI, that really did not work too well.
Indeed, it did not. So we'll see. Yet again, the Survivors moving the way through the map here swiftly and surely. And yeah, so they're gonna make their way down the what?
Guess who found the set of pills?
Tofu?
Tofu and Sickening. Sickening found another set too.
Oh, Sickening. Hey, Sickening's just popping all the pills. I bet you Tofu's not even gonna need to pop that set of pills, but Sickening's going to. It just seems like all the SI are going for him, but they attack diving over the railing there and just getting obliterated by the shotguns before they can even hit the ground. And so that's going to be the attack over with yet again. The final, probably 2 hits that we'll be seeing coming out here from Team 101 will be happening in the next probably... Actually, no, I'm going to give him 1 more hit because of the way the Survivors are right now. The SI won't even be able to get set up quick enough to actually throw the hits in at a fast rate. So, Sickening will be pushing out ahead here. Once again, he is still worth something health bonus-wise, but he decides to still take the lead, and we'll see a 2-2 here, so not what Team 101 were definitely looking for. Boomer trying to work his way, gets popped immediately. Hunter getting skeeted out right out of the air by the 3 shotguns up front, and Smoker does grab a brief pull onto Coach in the back, and this Smoker's not dead yet. I lied. Coach just shot her out, or turned around and shot him in the face. So yeah, that will probably be the last hit. I don't see any SI spawn timers getting up quick enough to actually throw anything else in.
You know, it's amazing to me how much more bonus teams have making the safe room just because of the change to the ladder choke. They're going to make this round with a total round score, what, of 960, yeah. And that's 460 of the possible 1,060 bonus. And honestly, when you look at it, there was a joke that went around where it's like, yeah, that the ladder choke is scarier than some of the tanks here. And honestly, it used to be like that, but because they're able to navigate that single choke point, obviously the alleyway is still kind of dangerous, but that's easier to shut down than being stuck on a ladder. Just through the games consistently so far this week, I've seen many more teams making the safe room with bonuses that you usually wouldn't see on map 2.
Yeah, I mean, I remember way back when the game initially came out, it was very popular to hit in that ladder, or not the ladder, but the alleyway choke. Not a lot of teams actually ended up hitting up top. It did eventually become a thing, though, because some teams made it just that much more popular by landing consecutively good hits, and especially if you get a Survivor off that lip of the roof, it drops them all the way back. You gotta send someone back to pick them up if they are low enough to get in-capped. But, I mean, it used to be a big thing to hit an alley when it seems like it's coming back because of the new meta and the ladder nerf. But regardless, a round is live. Sickening with that Smoker looking for pull by the fence. Jockey and Charger working the way on the roof. Coach does make his way out. Kills his Spitter. Very nicely done by him. With that Spitter pack, that's going to nullify a lot of the potential damage. Charger landing onto Rochelle, I believe it was, in the safe room. And then Jockey and Smoker being little nuisances here and there. But that will be the attack over and done with. A very nice pick there by Coach, focusing down that Spitter just to kill off that big damage maker. And they're going to move the way through the map.
Yeah, I mean, all 3 of the pins there did land, but obviously not in succession, just for a little bit of chip damage each. Besides that, the Survivors did a pretty good job of picking that Spitter first, even though they were a little bit out of position then to eat those caps. But that's been another theme that I've seen, where some hits have done damage in non-traditional ways, landing in just areas you usually wouldn't expect. I don't know if that's the meta doing that, or if you want to argue it's potentially skill from either of the teams, but at the same point in time, it's just been a very interesting change to me. We do have that charge spit going over there, and also a Jockey landing for a nice 2-cap in the back, but the spit actually overshot both the pinners.
That is incredibly unfortunate. I was actually spectating the Spitter there. And, yeah, just basically hitting right on the very edge of the spread. Or it hit like a foot away from where, if it was a foot closer, it would have hit Rochelle. So, very unfortunate for the Spitter there and the SI as a whole. So, Smiley Face 101 not pushing out too much damage. Smiley Face 101. Smiley Face Society not pushing out too much damage as of just yet. Smoker getting shot down. Boomer looking for some sort of hit here. And Charger does latch onto Coach on the back. Boomer doesn't eventually find a boom out onto Rochelle. And that will be tank up in the hands of Glitch. And she's going to go for the dumpster. She's actually not going to make a beeline like we saw the past tank do.
Yeah, I think they probably realized, due to the place where the tank spawned, that there was really no chance of a cutoff using the forklift. However, this dumpster, if hit correctly, might be in the exact right spot to do something. Instead, actually does tumble down and is stuck behind the fence for the moment. So the tank's going to have to take chip to get that out. Glitch rotating now to the other side might actually push the forklift in and just make this a hittable commit. I think that's actually what we're going to be seeing here. Forklift being knocked out as the SI going for a hit. Boomer going in. Imagine this, a nice try boom right there. and the smoker got shut down, and so did the other support. If that Tri-Boom had landed before those other two pinners went in, this could be a different story, but even if I'm Glitch right now, I might still start making my way towards the survivors because they're so hoarded from that boom.
Yeah, that's a very nice boom. It's going to, once again, pull a lot of horde onto them. And it looks like Glitch is going to go ahead and reposition herself up on top of the roof and probably play a bit of a long tank here. She is almost on second pass now, though, as I said, that she does pass to the second. And, yeah, we'll have to see what they decide to do here, though. If they throw in this next hit, though, and they get no rocks for the tank, this could very well end up being a force commit by the survivors. But attack coming in, Hunter Jockey working their way in, Charger holding it spawn by the bathroom, not going in just yet, and it looks like the Charger is actually going to completely hold it. I'm guessing they're going to save that for the commit. Glitch is down to 50% rage here, though, so she has to try and get some LOS here. She is dropping very fast, in fact, down to 30% now. And, yeah, she's going to be forced to commit here in a second.
This might be AI. As a matter of fact,
it is.
It is AI. Indeed it is. So, AI tank coming in here now, running around the tree, not really going to do much with the forklift there. I think the survivors have figured out that it is AI. AI tank going for a shot right there, but not yet throwing a punch. We're going to have that Charger going in, whipping completely. AI tank is now going to retarget onto Coach, who is boomed, managing to land the first rock, going for the follow punch, actually getting a multi on the survivors right there, because Nick stood a little bit too close as that jockey go down, and that's really unfortunate for the survivors right there, after LSing that tank successfully enough to make it go AI, getting multi-punch, plus that separation jockey is still going on to Christian on the other side of the map there. That's a huge amount of damage, in my opinion, that should not have happened. This is not over. That tongue does get cut as Rochelle does shut down the jockey, but now we have that Hunter and Smoker both ran into the 2-cap and Kissme. This is a just disgusting amount of damage for a tank that went AI.
That is one of those things you just have to shake your head at. They had to have known that was AI. I mean, if they just cleared the horde off of Coach and just backpedaled with them, they could have easily shut down that tank. But then you also have Coach and Nick standing next to each other at the bathroom, a multi-punch happening with the AI tank. Those are things that you normally don't see happen with those. But regardless, they're going to actually make their way past the tank, thank God, and move their way through the map at a fairly decent rate, because they're all quick at this point, except for D, who's going to have to pop that last set of pills here in a second. And yeah, next attack coming up, though, it's going to be a Jockey, Charger, Smoker, and Spitter. Charger does land. Jockey making his way towards Coach. Going to try and drag Coach out towards the back, and Jockey will actually go ahead and bring him forward into the spit. So still a good amount of damage going out to D. Damage bonus is once again going to be getting affected here, down to 44%, and HP at 19. 0% for pills because there's no pills left on them, obviously. And yeah, that's just one of those tanks you don't see things like that happen. Like, normally a team is able to identify, oh, this is an AI tank, let's just, you know, rail into it, someone's boomed, we can go ham on its back with the melees because it's not going to turn around and hit us. And you know, unfortunately, they just got bunched up, let a multi happen, and a nice jockey by Smile Society. Yeah, actually, nice double boom.
Nice rocket going in right there. We're going to have that Hunter going as well. Spit's going to go down on the Hoarded survivors. Charger going in, managing to land a nice charge on the D as well. That might be an in-cap indeed. Oh, right on the edge of being an in-cap. That actually might have been better for D had they gone down from that hit. Instead, they're going to be forced to hobble along here with the rest of their team. I think everyone is almost slow at this point, so in a couple hits it's gone from everyone still being fast after the tank to everyone just limping their way along. Instead of the ladder choke, obviously I think they are still going to have to take a hit in this alleyway, especially because they are extremely separated and somebody just went down, so that's going to give Smile Support Society another hit.
Yeah, indeed. And I wouldn't be surprised here if we don't see Team 101 actually being able to make it past this alleyway. Nice tri-boom going out there by the boom. Who was it actually? That was Lawnmower. The Jockey and Smoker both going in. Nice tri-cap. Smoker pull forward. Jockey intercepting onto L4 for a second. Then Charger just bringing Rochelle the complete opposite direction of the smoked survivor. And that's going to be in-cap out on Nick. He was the only survivor with any permanent left to his name there. And now he's going to be taking an in-cap, so he's going to be slow as well. And D's just getting his back beat on by those two comment upon picking up Rochelle. This is just rough. Sloppy Wolf is actually on the brink of dying off here. And if this Hunter lands a DP onto him, might actually kill him. And he gets skeeted. Never mind.
Good skeet by D right there, protecting that pickup. But now the Boomer's going to go in, trying to delay that, but at this point in time, Team 101 is just going to need to go and try to grab, if there's any pills in the pill cabinet, whatever they can. But actually, that's going to be a death going out, and in-cap, and another in-cap, I'm pretty sure, going out. Actually, was close enough to it. But, wow, that really just shows that even after that tank, you know, with the way that went, they were bleeding out enough to where just more SI hits were able to come in, and that right there is going to be the wipe before they even reach the ladder choke, technically. Only 252 points for the chapter, and that's going to open a pretty wide score delta here going into map 3, over 1,000 points.
Yeah, that's it's getting to that point where it's almost insurmountable for Team 101. I mean, who knows? Maybe they have a trick up the sleeve or two for these next coming up map or these next forthcoming maps. But we'll have to, you know, it's really up to these teams to really show us what they can do here in the first couple of weeks, because it's such a wide open area for you to really establish yourself as a team and really, you know, what the casters and viewers will be thinking of you. And so you really want to put your best foot forward, which I'm sure both these teams are. And you know, hopefully they can really pull together though and show some good chemistry and, you know, make some sort of comeback happening in these next couple of rounds.
Hopefully, yeah. I mean, still not out of reach, but the problem is the first half of the game has been pretty much dominated by Smile Support Society. Yeah, they've had a couple hiccups, but the score almost 1,700 points in the first 2 maps, as well as having great SI coordination. That's the thing. I'm really seeing the chemistry between them come out in this. I know that Tofu and Glitch and Sickening have played together, maybe not in a specific lineup for a long time, but I know they've played, or at least have known of each other for probably years at this point. I believe as well that I want to say Lawnmower started playing them only a little while ago, but again, he's another player who's had that kind of intuition, and we've seen a really nice showing from them so far, showing why they are ranked 24 spots ahead of Team 101.
Yeah, and once again, for you guys watching, obviously right now on Twitch and also over on YouTube when this gets uploaded, we do expect the first couple of weeks to be kind of lopsided for all the teams. In fact, week 2 should be worlds and bounds better than this week. But this week, pretty much, there's a big skill difference between every single matchup. It's just the way it is. But it will guarantee better matchups later on in the tournament. So it might be a little right now because of the skill differentials. But I can promise you it's going to get a world tons better. But regardless, Jockey and Hunter both going after Rochelle. We'll lock her in the corner along with the boom going on top of her. Glitch taking a crap ton of damage from the hit, actually dropping her down to 56 HP. She was initially at 58. And yeah, already dropping over 40 HP there on that first hit. Glitch is going to go ahead and pop a set of pills. I'm guessing there's one over there. Indeed there is. So yeah, nice hit there from Team 101.
First time, I believe, in this tournament, we're going to get to see at least casted my favorite tank in the game in all of Left 4 Dead 2, which is the one that's outside after the tunnel and before the coaster on this map. I just love the variation. That's my personal preference, of course. I think I probably mentioned this many times I've been casting Dark Carnival games. Another hit, 14-101 is coming in. It's a Boomer, Charger, Hunter, and a Jockey. So no splitter, but still some nice separation potential coming out. Charger getting a nice ball in the back, managing to land on a coach right there. Jockey is not going, but that is going to be a 2-cap with the Hunter in the front. It looks as though Ellis has to reload, so that clear on that Charger was really slow, and Cloudy Pouty is going to be down to 30 HP. Wow. That's some nice synchronization from 101.
He was all the way up at, I believe, 98 HP after the first hit, and he just dropped down to the yellow from that Charger. That's a hell of a hit there coming out from 101. They've done work on one person at a time in both of these past 2 hits, and if they keep it up at this rate, that tank's going to have a very easy time just playing bleed out, playing a long tank. And the thing about this tank coming up is the survivors can do one of 2 things pretty much. They can either fight that side, which is normally what you want to do because the inside area is just so cramped and there's plenty of SI spawns both above you and just on the sides of you because of the arches and the tunnel of love. But if they do play it outside, the tank can literally act like a monkey. It's almost like a jungle gym that you can hop around on all the roofs. If you're creative, you can find different ways of working things around and not allowing the stars to really know where you are. You can pretty much stay out of their sight. But regardless, survivors here for Team Smiley Face Society will go ahead and drop down the holes, and they will actually get a single boom out onto LS Team 101. Hunter trying to drop down from behind will get skeeted though. And that's going to be Paul and a glitch. She's actually completely separate here. Alice jumping through the spit, taking a bit of damage to actually save her. And that's really unfortunate. That's more damage going on to them. Health bonus standing at 920. So it's actually been hit quite a bit. Damage bonus still at 100, but health bonus down to 62%.
Taking a good amount of damage right here, pre-tank, and I believe the tank should be up in only a couple seconds once the survivors push their way close to here. Glitch did also commit another set of pills, and I think at this point, if I'm Smiley Face Society, I'm going to be looking to LOS that tank as hard as I possibly can. Going for chip in an area like this is risky because there are so many spawns that the SI can utilize in order to hit them. I see another attack coming in here right now. Charger's going to go in, trying to land onto Tofu, not going to land. Spit is going to go on inside there after the Charger does get a punch. Jockey does get shut down. And the Boomer's going to spawn up top, going in. And, oh my god. Okay, thank you. I thought that was going to miss, and I would have been mad for that Boomer.
It did, in fact, miss. It was just the pop by the teammate on Nick.
Right.
So you should be mad. Go paint yourself green.
I will.
Go Hulk.
That's the next thing that I'm going to do
You gotta
as soon as this cast is over.
I want to see a video of you going
The
to Home
damage
Depot
won't stop attacking. That's all I have to say.
That
We
was
have
the
a tank
best.
in the hands of Stormbringer 101 for Team 101. That's going to be a Jockey Charger and a Hunter for the support. And this is what I really like, because the tank is going to be able to transition to this roof, not taking a whole lot of chip, and now they're spawned above the survivors, and survivors need to know how to play this.
Yeah, indeed. And like I said, there's one of two things that they can do there. Play inside or outside. And it looks like the tank's actually going to go ahead and commit onto them and try to cause the separation. But Coach is actually going to play a ring around the Rosie with that tank and make his way back out. Nice double charge on the survivors that are on the other side. Rock goes out onto Rochelle, not going to find his mark. Hunter, that's a tri-cap. Oh, he misses the punch on Rochelle.
Okay, well, he's still pushing Rochelle in the corner. He still has 1,800 HP. He should be able to get the down on Nick right there. But again, another tri-cap. This day of matches, this first round has been exquisite in terms of just tri-caps and chemistry and everything else. Another one right there. Unfortunately, the tank was not able to make it picture perfect by getting the lockup. Throwing a rock in there, going to be skied by Glitch, but the survivors are in a really, really, really bad position right now because two of them are separated. If they get like a Hunter, they can kill, maybe even a Boomer as well, and they have a full setup right here to be able to actually kill them. They haven't
at 1
started picking
HP.
anyone up. Yeah, exactly, and Lawnmower is at 1 HP, so this is going to be really, really difficult for the survivors to come back from. Smoker is spawned up. That's going to be the in-cap on the Coach. Glitch is the last one up, and that is going to be a fantastic white Kissme on, as I said, one of the best tanks in the game, in my opinion, from Team 101 on a Team Smiley Support Society. We have seen it all today.
Oh, sorry, I was messaging another streamer from, I believe, Korea. I believe it was, but yeah, that was just a hell of an SI start for the support. Just immediately dropped in, Jockey Charger just doing work. And I mean, even the Hunter connecting it, that tank landed the initial punch on Rochelle. That could have easily been the quad cap basically with the tank for latching up the last person. So really well played there by Team 101. And if they can make it, I mean, it's not unheard of to beat that tank. Once again, you have two options, and if you can play it well outside, you can easily beat that tank. It's not that hard to get good chip because of how close that tank has to be to actually get sight on you. So it really comes down to you just being aware that once the SI attacks down, tanks will be peeking for that sight, and you just gotta chip them together or just LOS them really hard. But regardless, we're going live here. We'll see what Team 101 does when it comes time to that, if it comes time to that, and they will start making their way out of the safe room.
Let's see if Team 101 can now use their survivor play to capitalize on what their infected just did. It's going to be a Boomer, Hunter, Spitter, and a Jockey for the Smiley Support Society on Special Infected. Let's see what they decide to do. The Jockey wants to get that spawn in the back in between the survivors, but I don't think they are able to get it right now. Boomer wants to go to the spawn from inside the room, and it looks like the baiting is actually going to pay off. Actually, never mind, it's not going to, because that Jockey and that Hunter are both going to land for a 2-cap. And that's going to be a good amount of damage going onto Sloppy Wolf right there, who is able to now jump out of it, but not before taking, I don't know, about 20-some damage, maybe a bit more.
That was actually better than it could have been, in my opinion. I thought he was going to drop down to the 40s, but he's actually sitting at a solid, like, 61 right now. Well,
I mean,
was, because of pills.
Yeah, both teams actually had to use those pills that were in the corner after that first hit, and that's unusual to see off of 2-2.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to see what are they running? 3 shotguns right now and an Uzi. So kind of standard. And actually, Tack coming in from behind. Charger Jockey working the way in. Charger does latch onto Rochelle. Hunter getting stuck on top of the grate there, or the fence, I should say, with the little horn on top of it. Boomer got popped in the back, and Jockey was manhandled there by Alice in the side room. So that will be the Tack completely demolished, pretty much. I mean, the Charger did land for 1 second onto Kristen, but that was all she wrote for that hit. Very quickly cleared, pretty much no damage coming out.
Super just achieved level 19 in your chat.
Super, you are one dedicated fan. You're almost on the brink of getting admin. I just want you to know that. And I don't care if you want it or not, I will give you admin.
Why would you do such a thing? Anyway, we do have a pull going out in the back. Looks like one of the survivors is a little bit delayed behind right there, but they do manage to clear that pretty quickly. Jockey, Spitter, Charger for the rest of the hit. And I think they're going to maybe save for when they have another spawn, or just wait for the survivors to stack up and then take advantage of it.
Supra admin hype. Oh my god, that would be good. Maybe I will give him admin, guys. And then you guys all got fear for your Twitch lives. But anyway, Team 101 pushing their way up to the hole here. Looking to take it sooner or later. Boomer actually up in the side vent. It's interesting to see a lot of teams actually using those spots nowadays. I haven't seen those used in a very long time, but it seems like someone has shown them the ways and how to get into those vents. But we'll see the Stars pulling off a 2-2 drop here. 2 from the front, 2 from the back. Jockey goes for Coach, doesn't find it though. Charger lashing on to Alice, or Nick that is, at that bottom. Spit goes on top as well. Jockey dragging Coach way forward, separating the survivors very heavily here. And that's going to be possibly end cap onto Stormbringer. Yeah, that's definitely an end cap. He's getting drugged way too far away. Sloppy Wolf hasn't popped the pills yet to catch up to him. And yeah, they got to clear him actually, because that's a lot of Horde.
Just the amount of multi-caps that we've seen from this first round have been absolutely spectacular. I don't know, the infected coordination has been on point, and especially this game from Smile Support Society, to have their opponents under 1,000 points going into this tank. That's pretty impressive in my opinion. That's going to be a Boomer getting shut down right there. Looks like they're trying to go in once again. We're going to have a nice, almost another tri-cap going in, but the Hunter is now going to make it a rolling 2-cap, first starting with the Jockey Smoker, and now the Hunter and Jockey again, and just so much damage being pushed out onto Team 101. This is crazy.
Indeed. So we're going to see them all, well, not all of them, but 3 pretty much bleeding out. Kristen has a bit of solid left to him. Sloppy has like 2 slivers of permanent left. And D's really the bread winner right now, I guess, with the only person having green HP. But we'll see Team Cloudy or not Team Cloudy Patty, but Team Smiley Face Society getting a tank, and it's going to be put into the hands of a Lawnmower. And
Alice is in a fun spot.
Yeah, I see a lot of players go up there. It's kind of an iffy spot, in my opinion, because if you get smoked, you can't really clear your tongue unless you actually hop up on top of that truck.
Double cap and a double boom landing. Hunter Charger directly in sync with that Boomer. Now it gets a tri-boom. Rock going in, managing to land onto Rochelle as well. And this is just more and more of the same so far. Seeing great SI coming out from the Smile Support Society. Nobody is skeeting these rocks. That's going to be a down on Rochelle from the common. Tank still has 5,800 HP and is able to have a free line of sight with the rock tank right here, but jumping in actually to commit onto the survivors, knocking them around, about to get the in cap onto Nick, it looks like, but now he's going to actually switch targets onto Ellis. Great selection right there, spraying the damage around, and he's actually hitting him so fast they can't even shoot him. That Hunter's going to go in, trying to land on to anyone, and that's going to be a tri-cap again. Just a little less stylistic due to the fact that the person in the 100 pounds was already effectively in cap, but then the Smoker and the Jockey also playing catch up right there, doing a great job of being in sync. And Kissme, we see it again, another wipe at a tank.
Indeed, so it's going to be 1,140 points separating these two teams going into Map 4. Looking pretty grim right now for Team 101. Scores will be 1982 to 842. And yeah, the door is starting to close very you know, slowly but surely here. They're closing. So we'll move on to the 4th map here. We will be seeing the finale as always, unless the losing team wants to just quit it out, but it is mandatory, so we will hopefully see it played through and through.
Hopefully, yes, but as you did mention, there is a mercy rule, I guess you would call it, where if it was 1,000 points, right?
Was it 1,000 or 1,500? I don't even know my own rules. I want to say it was. I want to say it was. I want to say it's 1,500.
It might be. It might be. But I know the Map 4 rule here, where it's like, you know, you don't want to play Finale because there's not really a whole lot of a chance to come back. Some teams will just play it anyway. Other teams will not. But we are going live right here. Team Small Sports Society having an over 1,000 point lead going into the first half of Map 4 here on Dark Carnival. Team 101 trying to close that gap. It's going to be a Boomer, a Spitter, a Hunter, and a Jockey for the first hit here. So another 2-2. And it looks like the survivors are going to go all shotguns for this.
Indeed. So they're going to pull out all the wood and go ahead and push away out of the safe room. I said that. Jockey spawns up behind the camper. The woods are pointed at him. He bounces around, makes his way away from him. Hunter pounces onto the wood. Jockey latches onto it, and Spitter goes and spits all over them. And so that's going to be a nice hit, nice amount of damage coming out there. Unfortunately, the woods weren't strong enough.
Yes. Yes, the woods were not strong enough to deflect the spit.
I win.
I thank you, Kissme. Just thank you. It's not as good as that one time where I said the Jockey was being beaten off in the safe room.
I remember that.
We have a Charger, Spitter, Boomer, and a Jockey, another aforementioned Jockey, going to be in the spawn queue for this next hit. Glitch is a little bit far ahead, but really not a whole lot is going to happen to her. She's able to back up before that Jockey can land after giving an M2 to the face. And I think the SI are a little bit out of position right now, so they are going to get back onto the roof, deciding not to hit inside that room instead. And I think this might have a chance of working. I'm not sure, though, because the Boomer wants to get a spawn somewhere, too. But the survivors obviously know where everything is, so that's an advantage.
Indeed, they're trying to wall bang the SI right now, but unfortunately, none of the SI were actually on the roof at the time of them shooting through it. Boomer spawns up on top of the roof as well, not going to find anything. Drops down in front of the doorway, does land a single boom out of sickening. Spit goes down, a little bit of damage going on. Actually, I'm not going to say a little. Between all those SI punches and the spit, Tofu and Sickening both take a quite hefty amount of damage there. And eventually, they will make their way out of that little compartment room and move their way into the, I don't know what to call it, the main fairgrounds, I guess.
Yeah, main fairgrounds area-ish. Moving past the stands and the America Burger and the corn dogs and the hot dogs and the everything else that's in the middle of this thing. I've never, honestly, after how much time I've played, I've never actually sat there just stared at what these things are. Some kind of carnival atmosphere, at least. It's going to be a Hunter,
really?
Boomer, Smoker, and a Charger going in. Yeah, you know, that's why it's called Dark Carnival, right? Like the tournament's called Bleed Out because survivors bleed out. Nice tri-cap going in. I haven't said that again today. Momentary because the Smoker got clear, but the Charger and Hunter also landing. I cannot get over how many tri and double caps, specifically tri-caps, I've seen in the past like 24 hours.
I mean, you could put it off as, you know, the huge skill differential that we're supposed to be seeing in round one. But that attack in a lot of these tries, yeah, I know. It's
higher, yeah.
It has been that way in pretty much every single game. Like we've just seen tri-cap after tri-cap, round after round, from both the higher and lower seeded teams. So it's like, you know, are they just having mind lapses where the higher seed team is just like giving out on the survivor or
How
something?
did that not proxy?
I'm not too sure. It looked close. I was kind of far away though.
Maybe it was like the arc of the roof there, but we do have a tank up in the hands of Christian for Team 101. So this is going to be a barn room tank, but like we said, we've seen tri-caps on tanks. We've seen just crazy amounts of hits come out, and maybe it's just because I haven't watched or casted a tournament in a little bit, but I think it's just a show of the skill all across the board of the teams that have signed up for BOT.
Definitely. So we'll see what happens here. I mean, like you said, we have a bunch of really good teams here signed up for the tournament. What?
Colors, a bunch of tri-caps. It's almost like everyone is trash or something.
So I just didn't pay any attention to him. And yeah, so we'll see the tank getting ready to commit here. It's going to be in the hands of Kristen for Team 101. And let's see what they can make happen here. I mean, Tofu is 2 punches away from getting inning capped, so he's probably going to have to pop his pills early here. He's actually at 49, so let me redact that. It's 2 punches and then 1 random point of damage. But he's actually going to go ahead and pre-pop. All the stars actually go ahead and pre-pop to stay up here. Tank whiffing completely on his first hit. Eventually does connect on the coach, getting hit in the back by the axe by Ellis. And that's going to be another punch on the coach. Nice double cap landing. Charger and Jockey both connecting for a brief amount of time. Jockey getting killed out there, though. And this tank is going to get obliterated by the melees at the very end. So that will be the tank up and over with. Lawnmower losing all of his solid. Sickening dropping down as well. But Tofu and Glitch sitting high and pretty with the greens.
Yeah, I mean, that was unfortunate because that Boomer had landed. I really honestly don't like committing with Boomer in that room for that reason, because the Boomer doesn't land. It's just a complete shutdown. You can't do much about it. And now actually we have a Witch Crown attempt going on here, but a Smoker is going to go in. They're actually going to draw the Witch. She's going to slap the Witch across the map once before she is crowned. They're going to have Spit going in right there. Skeet does go out, but more Spit damage going out. That's a good amount of damage going out onto the survivors, especially after that tank. And as I was saying, though, the SI did land for a split second there, but that tank also, I think, mistimed a couple of his punches. Since all the survivors were fast, they were able to move out of the way, and the tank wasn't really able to lock up anyone.
I would like to point out and congratulate Prodigy Sim on advancing to Kissme Pox level 1 in chat, because PSim never sits in my chat logged into Twitch. I love you, PSim. But yeah, so we'll see them go ahead and wait out the event now. Boomer spawns up on the other side of the little ticket booth here and does get popped the moment his big butt rounds that corner. Jockey latches on to Coach there for a second, looking for the link cap, not going to find it. Lawnmower will drop down to 1 HP here, though, from the bleed out, and we'll have that Charger and Smoker both saving. Actually, they go ahead and in-cap Coach here, which is pretty smart because the gates are about to open, so they're going to have to start moving quick.
99 more levels and Prodigy Sim finds the Ocarina of Time according to colors.
What?
I believe it. I totally believe you find the Ocarina of Time at level 100. It's going to be a Spitter, a Charger, a Hunter, and a Smoker going in for this next hit for Team 101. Still a good amount of Horde coming in. Hunter's going for a DP. Sloppy Wolf putting it up into the sky there, not able to land anything. He bounces away. Smoker's going to go in, trying to get a pull. Hunter does get skewed out of the air by Sickening. Charger goes in. Manages to actually complete that charge onto Glitch. That should be an in-cap, and indeed it is. Tofu also taking a little bit of that radial spit damage.
For sure. And it's Sickening, Cloudy, Pouty, aka Lawnmower, Tofu, Glitch. They're all down into the red, all bleeding out. Tofu has about, I don't know, I'll give him like 12 solid HP left. But they're all on the brink of taking another in-cap here. No one is black and white as of just yet, though, so they will be able to get up after their next set of in-caps. And this could actually result in a wipe here on this hit, because they don't have much HP left. A spit could be very detrimental. In fact, they do have one. Hunter, Jockey will win. Hunter does manage to land. Jockey got shut down, though. That's a double in coming out from the spit alone. Tofu and Glitch are also obviously still both very low on HP. The Horde has died out, though, as this event is only 120 common, I do believe. So it's fairly short.
So far, though, we actually haven't seen a team at least from what I've seen, we haven't seen a team stay in place and hold out the entire event. That spit is so unfortunate that it's just ramped up on the top of the awning there and on top of the tent. Carter goes in, does get leveled, but does get the 10 damage for his trouble. Double boom, Broxby also landing, but that is going to be Team Smile Sports Society making the safe room. Small amount of bonus right there, but it does bring their total score to 2,578 points for the first 4 maps here. 96 bonus, better than nothing for sure.
Yeah, without a doubt. And really, if we want to see Team 101 make any sort of comeback here in this map, they're going to have to make it with like a 600 or 700 health bonus, which is, I think, the biggest we will be seeing if they actually make that happen of this first week. Well, for the specific map.
Yeah. I mean, map 4 comebacks are always what you look for, and if you're the team who's behind, and map 4 still is constantly over every campaign, seems to be the map to do it. But unfortunately, I think Smile Support Society has just shown on their SI side, even more so than the Survivor side, the kind of synchronization that they have. It's going to be a Boomer, Hunter, Spitter, and Jockey, so this 2-2 for the first hit once again. Hunter going for a DP, as we are used to seeing. And looks as though Team 101 are going to start pushing their way out of the safe room only after they start beating back up more common. That Hunter actually almost lands the DP. Boomer going and getting M2'd and shut down. Spitter trying to separate the survivors. Nice Jockey landing onto Nick there. And Rochelle still hasn't gotten that clear. If the Hunter can find the cover, that would be great. He finds it on Coach instead. And this Jockey still isn't clear. Just absolutely running Rochelle around this bush. Still going. Rochelle cannot get this clear. Nick is going to go down. He's going to take 63 damage from that Jockey.
I'm confused. Did he not know how to get behind that bush? Because originally he was actually going to the correct side. He was on the right side of the bush, and then he just decided to, you know, turn tail and run to the left side. And obviously, you can't run back behind it on that side because of the tree. So I'm not too sure what he was thinking, or maybe he just didn't know how to get behind that bush. But Charger coming in from the front after the Boomer does land on Nick, whiffing the charge completely. And we might see Tofu go in with the Hunter here for a quick pouch. Probably look for some damage in the doorway, I would assume.
Reloading. I'm gonna reload.
Yeah, obviously no wall kick here in Ace Mod V3, but it looks as though he's actually decided to go for the damage pounce instead of going for the surefire damage, trying to land the big play. There's going to be a Spitter and Jockey for the other 2 SI so far, with another one coming up in the spawn queue right now. That is the Smoker, so it is a tri-cap with that spit, but no Charger. Hit's going to be going in right now. Nice single pull going out in the back. Heat going out too. I thought that was going to be another multi-cap, but that time the survivors were able to get the speed on the Hunter before anything turned out, and they also got the clear on the Smoker. So nice handle by the survivors right there, but they need to keep doing that if they want any chance of making this map, especially with the tank still to come.
Without a doubt. So we'll see them continue the way up here through the map, making the way to the barn here eventually. We have about 5 seconds left for the entire SI attack to be up. They're going to actually go ahead and pop a set of pills onto Nick, aka Christian. Take that set of pills that are underneath the tent there. Boomer drops inside the barn onto Ellis, does find the boom. Jockey getting dead stopped there though by Ellis. Hunter does find the pounce onto Rochelle though, and she is going to be caught in the corner of the spit, but immediately runs out of it upon getting up. And that will be the attack up and over with yet again. 15 seconds for the next attack. Actually, Glitch still doesn't have a spawn timer now I look at it. Now she's at 16. So we'll have around 16 seconds until the next hit. Once again, tank will be up right before the drop. I think it's like at the top of the 3rd hill.
We can get across on the rooftops.
Right, and that actually might give the SI a chance to capitalize depending on what their spawns are. It's going to be a Hunter, Boomer, Smoker, and a Charger. And this is actually a pretty good hit right here. They could potentially try to get like a pull and a charge forward, or maybe just go for an in cap of some kind, but the survivors I think are going to be wary of that. They're going to be careful, and they are running a, what is this, 2-2 setup right now, so they do have the clearing potential of those Uzis. Charger spawning in front, not getting much of anything. They did go for the pull charge, but the survivors dropped before they could set that up, and I believe now the SR is going to try to sack, because this tank in the hands of Tofu might try to go in sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and Tofu, very skilled player, well known for his tanks. He was a big-time pugger, and then, as you mentioned way earlier in the cast, he kind of found some people that he wanted to play with, and they've been playing together for a while, a long time before Bot even started, or even was announced. And he's definitely grown as a player over the past probably 6 months or so that I've known him. So, really, really cool guy. He runs some pretty good service as well, along with some help from another admin, whose name I'm forgetting, and I feel bad because he was pretty nice too. I can't remember who the other admin is though. Hold on, I gotta go look this up. He was nice. I must say his name, Nivy.
That you know that scrimming and that playing together with the same people, even though the game is much different than it was all those years ago when it came out. The most important part still is like playing with people who you like and just doing it consistently to build that chemistry. That being said, Tofu is going in right now, trying to get his initial corner onto Rochelle, getting the first punch, trying to get the follow-up punch, but Rochelle actually has been kited outside. Charger going in, managing to land, nice double cap landing. Nick is going for the clear onto that jockey, and he is going to get it, but now that Hunter is going to go back and manages to pounce on him. The tank still has 2,200 health left, getting that corner on to Nick, and again, some great SI support going in. Tofu, I think, is going to manage to get this lock. He gets juked over the fence. That's really unfortunate. I thought he was going to have that, but now the Charger is coming back. Is going to get deagled down right there by D. I thought that was going to be a wipe for sure, but instead, D was able to finagle their way out of that corner. D is just shutting everything down right now. Jockey going in might be able to make that as it has no sound, but it does have sound, so D saw it. Now D is going to kill Tofu's tank. So a great 2-cap and then a nice corner by Tofu, but then D was able to save the day, at least for the moment.
Indeed. So D's going to go ahead and pick up Coach, or no, that was actually Nick that she picked up there. So we'll have them now make their way over to Coach and start that pickup. And we'll see if they actually decide to play out finale. I assume they're going to, because I think it was 1,500 points is the no mercy, or the mercy rule, I should say. So we'll see another attack gearing up here in a couple seconds. Sickening, still dead as of right now with 5 seconds left. Boomer goes in though and initiates the attack with a beautiful tri-boom. And assuming this is going to be a capper, indeed it is, this could very well be the end right here. Hunter, Smoker, and a Charger working their way in. Charger didn't stand a chance, gets a double charge inside the room. Hunter not able to pounce in just right now, but he goes in towards Nick, lands it. That's going to be the tri-cap, and that's going to secure the wipe here on map 4.
Indeed it is, and another tri-cap landing, and this time a little bit easier because there are only 3 survivors, but you gotta give D and A for effort for the way in which they kited themselves out of that corner when Tofu almost had the lock. And like I said, this is one of those situations, okay, yeah, 1,400 points going to finale, you know it's not a winnable sequence, but at the same point in time, playing finale, playing it out, sportsmanship, everything that you could possibly think of in terms of being a competitor at the competitive Left 4 Dead 2 level, you know?
Indeed. So we'll see.
For whatever that's worth.
It doesn't matter. I like to hope. I like to think it does.
We hold out hope.
We can only hope. But yeah, so we'll be moving into the final map, guys. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. Yet again, guys, you have been watching the Bleed Out tournament for Left 4 Dead 2. And I have been your caster for tonight, along with Rails Barlow. He's actually been doing the majority of the talking, thank God. And yeah, so we're on the final map here between Team Smiley Face Society and Team 101, and it is going live now. So we'll see what this last map holds in store for us. First attack coming in, Smoking getting shut down, Boomer proxying under a shot, rocketing his way in, and this attack looks like he's going to commit.
Indeed he is, and that I think is a good call, potentially, because he has that other spawn coming up relatively soon. Getting the corner onto Sickening, who is stuck. Charger going in and not going to be able to land. Sickening also did get unstuck. Jockey landing onto a survivor there, taking them into the safe room. Another punch going out. That punch whipping onto Rochelle, being pushed back. And that arm just went completely through Nick. Just absolutely through. Like, I don't know what that was. And the tank's also going to be able to miss that swing as well. So only 4 punches coming out there. I have no explanation for how Tofu dodged that punch. But then again, we saw some weird voodoo shit happen on another tank earlier here today.
That was great. Watching that other one was just funny. But regardless, which getting drawn here will easily be taken care of there. I believe it was by Tofu Nick. Yeah, it was by Nick, so Tofu. And yeah, so we'll see how long they can actually hold out here, or maybe they can make the chopper if they are, you know, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. If they're able to shut down all the attacks well enough and take that second tank, they might be able to make it to the chopper. That's how I'm gonna put it, okay?
This is true. They have a smoke going in right there. Does get cleared. Charger going in, getting the long charge onto Nick, not being cleared as a matter of fact. Now does get cleared by a pistol, and Codex wants a shout out to K3's mom. So shout out to K3's mom.
Oh God.
Come on, Midnight Riders.
Oh, K3. But they will go ahead and finally start the event here. Once again, they're up by around 1,500 points. First tank is dead. So Team 101, I believe, is mathematically impossible, I want to say. I don't know what the max is right now. I think the max health bonus in general is like 1,500 or something for this map. So yeah, it's getting there. There's still actually plenty of time or plenty of points to be had. So they could actually make it happen, but they would need an incredibly high health bonus. That's if they also wiped right now.
Right, and that's not going to happen. I mean, especially because the second tank spawns later now at around 600 points. That does make a pretty big difference in terms of comebacks on this map. And honestly, it might not sound like a whole lot, but that score delta right there does shift the meta away from being like, oh, we only have to make the second tank. Well, make it the second tank now, that gets you almost double the amount of points that you'd get before. So in games that are very, very close like we've seen, it does matter. We do have a hit coming in here right now. That Smoker was instantaneously cleared. Charger shut down. Spitter got a couple ticks of damage, and that's about all that they were able to get out of that. And against Small Support Society, sometimes they've taken a good amount of damage, other times they've shut down hits. It hasn't really been like one way or the other throughout the entire time. It's been a little inconsistent, but when they've been on, they've been on. When they've not, they've taken some damage that some would say is unneeded. But at the same point in time, you haven't really seen them split up that much from each other besides a couple instances on the tank in the first chapter and a couple other hits.
Yeah, I mean, both teams have played incredibly close. It's just really unfortunate for Team 101 that Team Smiley Face Society has had some just really dominant SI during their tanks especially, and they've been able to just pull the separation out of them. Like, they've ripped them apart from each other. It's been, you know, horrible to watch, but, you know, Team Smiley Face Society obviously showing that they're here, and they mean business in this tournament. So they're definitely going to be putting their hearts into it for the rest of the week, so I hope at least. And we see some good games coming from them in the later group stages. And maybe we'll see them in double elims. I think I did pin them as a top 16. But I think I also said they would be like one of the border ones that were like really close to what you need and almost to tiebreakers.
Shout out to Rails for shouting out to K3's mom. Alright, thank you, Codex. We have another hit coming in. It's going to be a Hunter, a Charger, a Spitter, and a Jockey. Hunter coming in from the right-hand side. Charger from the left. Charger, everything getting shot besides that Hunter, which did land. The Charger got obliterated. Now the Jockey is going to land as well for a momentary double cap. But that Spit's going to do a lot of work on a Tofu. That's a full end cap thanks to those comments.
Indeed. So we'll see Tofu once again taking that first end cap. Sickening still taking some more damage over there on the side. Dropping down into the red actually now. And Glitch is right on the brink of yellow. She's at 40 HP exactly. So one more sliver of damage. One damage. And she will be knocked into yellow and be forced to limp across the map until she pops one of those pills. But yeah, I think they also have, what, 3 sets of pills
on the stage.
Four sets, wow. I thought they were down to 3 at least. But we'll see another attack coming in here, though. And it's going to be a tank up in the hands of D here for Team 101 as well. And with that boom in, there'll be a little bit of Horde following it. But this tank's going to get pushed here by Lawnmower for a second. Taking around 120 damage.
Not a whole lot, obviously, but still any chip is a good chip at this point when the survivors have this much health to play with. That tank is going to be throwing a rock down, almost landing, but does get skeeted by Lawnmower before it does connect. The survivors still have 6 sets of pills, 4 of them on them, 2 sitting there on the stage. And it's going to be a Boomer, Jockey, and a Hunter for D's next hit. Jumping down, trying to throw a rock at the survivors, not going to land, however. And right now, the tank either needs to transition out or commit, and I think the tank's going to take the latter option, going in and getting a punch onto Lawnmower, actually almost getting the corner, but Lawnmower's actually in a very unfortunate position. Tank was able to jump and hit him, though, so not as unfortunate as you would think. Single boom did also go out. Tank pushing Ellis around. Imagine get a hit right there. Hunter did get shut down. Jockey going in, trying to land onto Nick. Nothing going though. Tank down to 1600 HP. And like I said though, because of those pills, everyone is still going to be fast after this tank unless a wipe occurs. D trying to get back out right here, being shot in the back, turning back around, actually getting another punch onto Sickening, but is now going to be killed before any more damage is inflicted. And that does leave the survivors with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of pills left on them, even though that in-cap onto Lawnmower got rid of his permanent HP. And the copter's here already.
Wow. So that's actually going to put them up to, I believe, 100% pill bonus, but that's only if they don't decide to pop the sets or one of the sets of pills. And Glitch is actually still sitting at 40 HP. What? She took no damage during that entire tank and still hasn't to this point. Sickening does get boomed though. Spit goes down in front of the chopper, not going to find any targets, so just waddling inside of it. And Sickening's actually getting pretty common locked here, taking a lot of damage, gets proxied over to the side, and the common just are unloading onto him. But they will make their way into the chopper. Glitch took absolutely no damage from the beginning of that tank to making the chopper. She's still at 40 freaking HP.
And she got SI MVP too, so there you go.
Wow, that's interesting.
That's a great chapter right there, I would say, by Smile Sports Society. Bring their total score to 3,854, and also Kissme, your chat's out of control.
Yeah, I've been reading it. Colors, you gotta calm down.
Just out of control.
I don't know why you know that Colors, but I wouldn't go telling other people to do that.
That's not very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Regardless, though, we'll be going live here with the next final half of the campaign, aka a match. Smoker getting pulled in the front, Boomer getting popped from the back, and Team 101 starting off good so far. Tank up in the hands of Sickening for Smiley Face Society, and he's going to start throwing everything, the tables, the sink, everything at the survivors, trying to cause some sort of disturbance.
Jockey Charger is staying in the spawn queue here for Team Smile Support Society. Let's see exactly what their third spawn is. I become less of a fan of committing with Jockey Charger Hunter in an area like this. I actually might prefer Jockey Charger Smoker. That seems to be more effective. Rather Hunter Charger Smoker rather than the Jockey, because the Jockey's just too easy to M2 at this point. It used to be the same way with Hunters, and like I said, I have no room to talk. That was a player who really liked dead stopping Hunters. But in an area like this, just landing a Jockey without just getting one click in the face is kind of hard. Boomer going in, imagine you get a single boom as the tank is already in, down to 4,000 HP, under 3,000 now, getting a nice multi-punch on to Ellis and Nick right there, locking him back the other way. Charger going and gets a double charge as the tank also gets another punch onto Ellis, and after that double charge, the tank is going to be able to lock up Coach right there, doing a great job of spreading the damage, not even necessarily going for the wipe, but getting so much damage out onto Team 101, landing so many punches, Kissme.
That was insane. All the pills have been popped except for the one on Stormbringer who got in-capped. Everyone else literally just blew their pills. The number of punches he had to have gotten at least like 12. He got multis, he got just punch after punch on lock survivors. Crown is going out. Coach does miss it, gets in-cap by the Witch. That's going to be actually him going black and white, I think. Oh no, D actually never took an in-cap from that tank. Or yeah, he could just, you know, skip black and white, skip first in-cap, and just straight up just die from the Witch. And yeah, Team 101 just falling apart here on the last map. It seems that was a really good tank though. That was no fault to the survivors. That was just well played SI and tank. Charger goes in, gets a couple punches on Ellis, gonna send him down to the ground. And now we're going to have this Boomer look to respawn on top of the scaffolding on top of the grandstand. Nick looks like he wanted to sing a song there for a second up against the mic. But Charger drops in, looking for Charger on that Nick, not going to find it. Jockey takes it instead. Charger getting killed off, in fact. And this Hunter coming in for the intercept, not going to make it in time, though.
Yeah, that was really, really close to being the end right there. But unfortunately for our Survivor team, I think that tank landed either 10 or 11 punches looking at the damage. That's a lot for that area. And then obviously not being able to kill the Witch before the kill on the Survivor went out is unfortunate. Hunter going in, landing a pounce onto Christian right there. And Sloppy Wolf actually is almost dead from Common. Charger going in, getting a punch, getting another punch, and then getting the double charge. And that, I do believe, is going to be the end of this match. It is with that.
That just happened.
That did just happen, and that is the end of this match. That's going to be Team Smile Support Society defeating Team 101 in a best-of-1 by a score of 3,854 to 1,325 to put Smile Support Society into the 1-0 group stage slash Swish Oh my gosh, if my lisp could just calm down for 2 seconds, I could say into the Swiss portion of the tournament's winner bracket, quote unquote. There, I said something.
Close enough.
God.
But yeah, that was absolutely dominant SI performance there by Team Smiley Face Society, especially on that last map. I mean, throughout the course of that match, now I'm stuttering. You see what you did? You see what you did?
I passed
You
my
see it?
impediment on to you.
But yeah, through the entire course of that match, you just saw how dominant Smiley Face Society were, especially when it came to the crucial moments like the tank plays. Just the number of tri-caps I got during tanks. Some of them did eventually get cleared, but it was just incredible to watch. And I have a feeling we're going to be seeing a lot more of the good SI play. Hopefully their Survivor play can also become as good as their Survivor or their SI play. I felt like their Survivor play was a little lacking at points. But their SI play just it excelled. They were very, very coordinated, albeit against a lesser team probably because of how the seedings work out. Very, very on time with basically everything they tried to do. All the caps, all the intercepts, they were all right on top of it. So they've definitely been practicing, and it shows. So hopefully we can see some good games coming out from them in the future.
Hey, for people